I just got this package in from Teemu online website, sell all kinds of things, and they sent me a couple of different baits to try out. So we're gonna make a fun video today. Gonna go look on Google Earth for maybe a couple of ponds to go hit. Just go fish for maybe an hour or two, just kind of test out these baits, see if we can catch a fish or two on them. But here's the baits. Here's some of the baits they sent. So we've got Topwater Poppin' Frog. We've got a couple Whopper Plopper Chapo style baits. We've got a little popper. Let's see what we got in this one here. We got jerk bait. That's actually pretty good looking jerk bait. We got jointed swim bait. And what do we got in this last package here? We've got a walking Topwater. And then a pair of some waterproof gloves too. So it's not really cold at the moment, but I might have a couple more tournaments this year where it gets a little cold, so those will be kind of handy to have. But so these are the baits that we're gonna go test out today. It's pretty warm, springtime, so I'm guessing, I mean, jerk bait, I feel like you can pretty much always get bit on that. Really, I mean, all of these baits are basically like $1 to $2. So for a $1 to $2 bait, that's actually a pretty nice looking jerk bait. Really just looks like a mega bass. This popper looks pretty high quality too, actually. And we got a walking bait, our frog, our little Chapo, Whopper Plopper style things, and then our jointed swim bait. So let's go rig a couple of these things up, see if we can get bit on a few. Just take it back to the roots, have a fun few hours of fishing a couple little ponds, and see if we can catch a few bass. All right, we are in the boat. I'm thinking jerk bait, frog, and this Topwater popper. I'm thinking those are probably going to be my best options for pond fishing today. Jerk bait, just feel like you can pretty much get bit anywhere as long as there's not too much grass. Topwater should be pretty good, it's pretty warm. And then the frog, if there's any kind of vegetation or tree cover, anything like that, I'll probably throw those. Could maybe do one of these Whopper Ploppers too. That might not be a bad option. We'll start with these three, see how the pond sets up. I found a pond on Apple Maps that I've never fished before. It's at a park, so we're gonna go try that. But let's get these baits rigged up and see what we can do with them. So this is obviously a mega bass jerk bait. We'll pull out this Teemu jerk bait. This is the mega bass 110 plus junior, and then this is the jerk bait we're gonna throw. So this is like a 110 size, not the junior size, but as you can tell, I mean, pretty similar. And this bait's like $1 or $2, so I'm sure it's not, I mean, obviously it's not going to be the quality of a mega bass $25 jerk bait, but for a couple dollars, just for a little bit of fun fishing. I mean, I probably wouldn't use this bait in a tournament, but just to mess around with, and if I lose it, I'm not throwing a $25 bill. There's no such thing, but you guys get the point. Not throwing away $25 in the water. So there's that bait. Let's see, which one do we want to do? Set up our frog on my frogging setup. This rod is the 7.3 heavy Trica. It seems to be the best overall rod for kind of heavier duty applications. So frog, swim jig, some lighter flipping stuff, heavier worms, actually just kind of worms in general. I like a little bit heavier rod throwing a worm to drive that hook in, so if I'm throwing like a speed worm or a big worm offshore, I prefer a heavy action. But there's that frog. It's a popping frog, black and yellow. It's actually, I mean, it's pretty soft and the hooks look pretty stout, so I think I'm just gonna leave the tails. I'll leave the tails as is there. And then we got our Topwater topper here. Got a little rubber band on it. I mean, that, honestly guys, that looks like a $25 bait that you would order. It's pretty high quality. Oh, it's got a spinner on the back too, so that's pretty cool. Let's see. Throw it on this rod. I've got prop bait tied up on. I think this is like a 7.3 medium, maybe? Yeah, 7.3 medium, so that'll be perfect. And then we got like 30-pound braid on here. Ideally, I'd probably want to put like a 25-pound mono leader, but we'll be all right with straight braid. All right, give these 3 rods a go. See if we can catch a few pond fish today on them. All right, just pulled up to the pond. It's actually a pretty good looking pond here. Even got some seawalls, topwater. I'm thinking probably work pretty good. I think I'll probably be able to get bit on that popper, but I'll go ahead and grab all of the rods and walk with them. Our jerk bait, our frog. I saw some overhanging trees driving in past it, so the frog might actually play. And then our popper. See if we can catch something out here. See what the water's looking like. This is like the old times. Used to go all around fishing new ponds before I had a boat and got into tournaments. Looks like we got a little bit of vegetation in the water. Water's decently clear, but it's got a little bit of tint to it. Start off with this popper on this seawall. Good action from it, actually. It's got a really nice pop to it. It's right where one should be too. Of course, you never really know how ponds are gonna be. Never really know if people fish them all the time, if there's a bunch of fish in them, if there's not any fish. This is a public park, so I'd have to assume that it does get fished a little bit. Might have to go look for a little bit more sneaky spots. See, there we go. Right on that corner. It's right where one should be. Right up against that wall. No look there. Let's give it a cast along this shoreline. I got some leaves on it. It's kind of working weird. It actually has like a side to side walk the dog action when you work it. Come on, right in front of that tree. Nothing. Let's give it a cast just out in the middle. I don't know how deep this pond is, but sometimes these ponds are only a couple feet deep, so come up and hit a topwater just straight in the middle. So we got a little bit of wind on the water. That's perfect for topwater. Wind, overcast. Nothing. Alright, well, let's work our way around the pond. See what else we can find. Ooh, one just came up on it. Come on. Come back after it. Alright, work this little corner with the topwater. Just throw a few casts out in the middle with the jerk bait. See if maybe they're out towards the middle of the pond. So maybe get an idea how deep it is. See if I drag bottom with it. Now we're getting into some more froggy territory here. These overhanging trees. A little bit of bank grass. Frog actually pops really good. See how the hookup ratio is on it. If we can get a bite. Oh, I got one. No, I don't. I got the fountain. Well, that jerk bait might be a goner. Must have gotten the rope that's around that fountain. Yep. Dang it. That was going to be my best shot at catching one too, I think. Alright. Well. Now it's up to the topwaters to get the job done. Thought I had one. That's usually where fish like to set up too, is on, oh, let's not lose another bait, is on fountains like that on the ponds. A little bit more oxygen. I think they just like that moving water. Oh, why can't I cast? But overcast today, so I think we should be able to get a bite or two on top. Oh God, dang it, right there. Look at this alligator snapping turtle coming too, and a bass just hit me right there. Oh, come on. I was honestly looking at the snapping turtle coming, kind of wasn't even paying attention. I bet that bass just came up right behind it. Alright guys, this pond was unsuccessful. Got 2 topwater bites, but didn't seem to be a whole lot going on, so we're gonna go walk back to the truck, try to find a new pond to go hit. I have a feeling that this pond probably gets fished quite a bit just because it's at a public park. So alright, we just got to a new pond. I'm gonna try out some different baits on this one. We're gonna do Topwater. Walk the dog. Let's put this up now. My truck is currently a mess. Let's see. I'll try this one too. This jointed bait, but let's do the walk the dog. Cover a little bit more water. Let's see how this bait does. Overcast, it's sprinkling a little bit on the way over to this pond, so Topwater should work pretty good. Alright, and I'm gonna go ahead and tie. Should I tie this guy on? Why not? Probably not the best on a jerkbait rod, but we'll make it work. How heavy is this? Maybe I should do it. Maybe I should do it on this braid rod. I'm just kind of worried about braid scaring them off, but I don't know if I can cast it on a medium, so I guess we'll go ahead and tie it on this. Hopefully that braid won't spook them. Oh, got one on the swim bait. Get out of the grass. It's a good one too. Come on, get out of the grass. I guess it's a good thing I put this on braid. Do I still have him or did he come off? Oh, he come off. Dang it. That was the second cast on the jointed swim bait. Just in this little corner though. I can't really do too much. That was cool though. It was like a 3-pounder probably. Action on this thing is really good. Check this out. It's got a nice action. Alright, this pond showed a lot more potential, but the problem is there's not much bank to fish. There's just these little kind of clearings where I can make a few casts on each one. Definitely fish in here. The water looks really good. Got some grass, but got time to hit one more pond before I gotta call it a day. Let's see, I'm not giving up yet. This bait seems to be the best performer so far. The action on it is actually really good. Swims perfectly straight. Nice kicking action, so I'm gonna go hit one more pond. Hopefully we can catch a few bass and we gotta call it a day. But actually really impressed with these baits from Teemu. They're like $1, $2 each, and for the price, I mean, if you're just messing around at some ponds or just fun fishing. All right, last pond of the day. I have a good feeling about this one. That one looks a little bit fishier. Little neighborhood pond. Unfortunately, that is gonna do it for me today. Out of time. Didn't kill it by any means, but always fun exploring new places, new little ponds to fish. Never know when you're gonna come across magic. It didn't happen on this go around, but still fun to do some exploring. Just get out and fish for a couple hours, kind of throwing it back to how I grew up and first got into fishing, was just hitting a bunch of random ponds and until we found a good one, and got kicked out more times than not, but all in good fun. But these baits from Teemu, they're actually pretty good. Exceeded my expectations for sure. This swim bait, we almost had about a 3-pounder on it. Swimming action was really good, and it's actually decent quality. The hooks on it are pretty stout. It looks realistic. And then those other baits were looking pretty good. That popper, honestly, I'll probably throw that one in my tournament box. That popper had some pretty good action. So all in all, pretty good stuff. Might try out a couple more baits from them for, I mean, if it's a couple dollars for some of the baits, like I've been saying, can't really go wrong there. But anyways, guys, appreciate you watching this video. Sorry we couldn't get on anything better, but hopefully you guys had fun kind of tagging along on this little exploration. And I'll drop a couple links down below for some of these Teemu baits if you want to check them out. Spend a couple bucks, get a couple of baits from them. So appreciate it, guys. We'll see you on the next one.